Hi, welcome to our channel Check Globe. Today we will talk about the relationship between global change and our civilization. Let's get started. Hi, thank you very much for coming. Could you make a self-introduction?
Yeah, well, my name is Michal Marek and I am very happy to be in the position of the director of this fantastic institute. Why fantastic? Because we established a couple of years ago this institution as a result of our enthusiasm. And it's still very nice that this Institute for the Global Change Research, is really based on the enthusiasm and friendship and collaboration. And I am very proud that I am in the position of the director because I know how the institute is growing up, how we are started to be important for society, how it's increasing the acceptance of the institution. Nice life.
What is your scientific position? What kind of research do you do?
You know, it's true that at present time I am maybe more manager than scientist. It's a pity. But I think that really I can tell you that I have 30 years of scientific work experiences. I was educated in the forestry, then I was educated in biophysics because my main professional interest is the study of photosynthesis. And I started at the Faculty of Science of the Charles University in Prague. My PhD thesis was devoted to the problem of mineral nutrition and relation to the photosynthesis. And then when I came to Brno, I started to slowly establish the more ecophysiological investigation of forest trees. And we were starting with this first results, first evaluation of forestry silviculture activities and response of the trees to this. And later we were started to be interested in the problem of global change impact. It means that my personally scientific orientation is ecophysiology of physiological processes of mainly forest trees due to global change.
You mentioned that you were studying also global change, or it is a part of your research. Could you give us a short definition of global change?
I think that it's very important because many times I receive some information that people are not very oriented in this area. It means that, according to my opinions, the best definition of global change is that the situation of the state of global environment in the changing world. It means the changing world is because the natural development of the planet Earth and because the effect of our civilization. Status of our planet in the changing world. I think it's a very simple definition of global change. Of course, it's possible to say, okay, global changes are some set of biophysical changes and anthropogenic impact, because this anthropogenic impact is very important. It's not something new, but of course the effect of our civilization is extremely high.
Okay, and is there any difference between climate change and global change?
I will use the definition from mathematics. I think that the climate change are some subsystem of global change. Because what means the global change? It's not only these natural processes, but it's anthropogenic effect. Global trade, global transport, global movement of the people, global food distribution, etc. It means that really one very specific feature of this global change is really this interaction of natural processes with the effect of civilization. And it was the one very important impulse for us when we was establishing the Czech Globe Institute. We established the very important part, this department, this section of human consequences, or society consequences of the global change effect.
How the global change itself can affect the life of human?
Many aspects. Of course, for us, the main manifestation of the changes is really this climate change. Everybody feel it because we know you now that something is changed. The climate system of planet Earth is changing. But what is the second very important part, that we are really living in changing world. You know, it's not so big time interval, the massive development of internet, massive development of techniques which are really making communication between people so easy, massive transport, massive distribution of the people. I think that one example of this globalization was the situation with the COVID. During a couple of weeks, everywhere. It means that the globalization, the world is so interconnected in many, many aspects. Of course, there are the very nice example of the globalization. It's probably economical growth, possibility for the education, possibilities of the internationalization of our contact between people. But of course, on the other side, it's a lot of negative effect. Because this globalization making the distribution of production and consumption very, very big. It means the differences between different parts of the world started to be more and more significant. It means that in this way, there are some aspects of globalization which are really not suitable for the future.
When we're talking about global change, is it a new phenomena or was it something that was always here in some way or another?
From the point of view of natural development of the planet here, of course, always were changes. The volcanic activities, for example, some natural disasters, etc. But when we are speaking about the current problem of global changes, it's really strongly related to the development of our civilization. We are speaking about the time interval 250 years ago when started in England the Industrial Revolution. Since this time, really we can speak about some increasing influence of our civilization on the environment. It means that it's really some little bit new phenomenon, because unfortunately the role of the man started to be extremely significant.